Every breakthrough in your life begins with a simple truth. Nothing happens by accident. Success isn't luck, wealth isn't magic, and growth isn't random. There is always a cause behind every effect. Right now, your results, good or bad, are simply the harvest of seeds you planted in the past. And here's the good news. If you don't like the harvest, you can change the seeds. Stay with me till the end, because by understanding Jim Rohn's law of cause and effect, you will learn how to take full command of your future, your income, and your destiny. 1. Wealth is the effect of consistent effort. True wealth is never a stroke of luck. It is the accumulation of countless small, deliberate acts performed with patience and discipline over time. The person who builds wealth does not sprint. They walk with purpose every single day, unmoved by distraction or discouragement. They understand that greatness grows in silence, in the hours when no one watches, in the moments when most choose rest over rigor. While the crowd waits for a miracle, the disciplined create one. They rise early, not to chase riches, but to honor the process of becoming capable of holding them. Wealth is not simply the balance in your account. It is the visible trace of invisible habits. The disciplined thinker, the planner, the one who keeps their word to themselves day after day, begins to accumulate something far greater than money: momentum. Every deposit of effort compounds quietly like interest. A single day of effort feels small, but 1,000 days of consistency becomes unstoppable. Those who envy success see only the end result. They do not see the thousands of unseen mornings, the failures, the corrections, the perseverance that built it. Wealth, in truth, is an echo. It reflects what has been spoken into existence through action. The Stoics would remind us, you cannot control the outcome, but you can control the input. Focus on your duty. Show up, execute, persist, and let fortune follow in her own time. Consistency is not glamorous. It does not reward immediately. That is why so few maintain it. The impatient demand fruit from a seed they planted yesterday. The wise water theirs daily and trust the laws of growth. Every moment of labor, every disciplined choice is a quiet prayer to the future. Wealth listens to those prayers. It comes not to the restless, but to the resolute. To become wealthy, then, is not to chase money. It is to master consistency, to do what others will not, long after the excitement has faded. The wealthy are not superhuman. They are simply those who kept going. They refuse to quit because they understand that every day of effort builds upon the last, forming a wall no obstacle can break. When you commit to showing up, when you honor your goals as promises, you align with a law as old as time. Effort brings reward. Persistence brings prosperity. Wealth is the effect, and consistency is forever the cause. 2. How contribution leads to compensation. Compensation is not measured in hours. It is measured in impact. The marketplace does not ask how long you worked, it asks what your work was worth. Those who seek higher pay must not beg for fairness, but strive for greater contribution. The Stoic mind understands that all systems, however imperfect, tend toward equilibrium. What you give in value eventually returns to you in kind. If you wish to earn more, serve more, solve deeper problems, lighten heavier burdens. The one who contributes abundantly cannot remain unrewarded for long. In nature, value is always tied to usefulness. A river that nourishes the fields becomes indispensable to life. A worker who nourishes others' goals, dreams, and peace of mind becomes indispensable to their world. You cannot fake contribution, for the marketplace sees clearly what is genuine and what is empty. If your focus is only on what you can get, you limit yourself. But when you focus on what you can give, your potential becomes infinite. Compensation follows contribution as surely as the shadow follows the body. The person who transforms effort into value commands respect. Consider a craftsman who hones his art so masterfully that his work uplifts all who behold it. He does not demand reward. The world offers it naturally, for his contribution enriches others. The same is true for the teacher who inspires, the entrepreneur who solves real problems, the leader who cultivates trust. The law is universal. Value flows to value. You are not underpaid. You are underdeveloped. When your contribution deepens, your compensation must rise to meet it. This is why personal growth is not luxury, but duty. To contribute more, you must become more. The Stoics remind us that fulfillment does not come from taking, but from serving. To live well is to live usefully, to make yourself a vessel of good for others. When your purpose expands beyond your own gain, compensation becomes a natural byproduct, not the goal. Therefore, seek not to manipulate the marketplace, but to enrich it. Each act of service plants the seed of future reward. In due time, the harvest arrives. The world rewards those who make it better, who bring solutions where others bring complaints, who move with the quiet confidence that contribution always precedes compensation. This is no mere business principle. It is a moral truth. Give greatly, and life itself becomes your benefactor. 3. Improving the value you bring to the marketplace. Jim Rohn wisely said, "Work harder on yourself than you do on your job." This simple truth contains the essence of growth and success. You cannot demand more from life than you demand from yourself. The income you earn, the influence you hold, the opportunities you attract, they are all mirrors reflecting your internal worth. To increase what you receive, you must first elevate what you are. The Stoics would have called this self-mastery, the art of ruling oneself before seeking to rule anything else. They understood that no external advancement can outpace internal development. You cannot lead others if you have not learned to lead your own thoughts. You cannot create wealth if you are poor in discipline, integrity, and focus. The marketplace pays for value, and value begins within. Every new skill, every lesson learned, every discipline practiced adds to your invisible capital. When you read, study, and reflect, you sharpen your mind, the instrument through which all value is created. When you train your emotions, you gain power over chaos. When you strengthen your habits, you free yourself from inconsistency. These internal investments, though unseen, generate returns far greater than any stock or property. Ask yourself not, "Why am I not paid more?" but, "Have I become more valuable?" If you are still operating with yesterday's abilities, expecting tomorrow's rewards, you are out of balance. Growth demands effort, the steady refining of character, knowledge, and craft. As you grow, new doors appear that were invisible before, because the person you are now can see and open them. Work on your mind as you would on a masterpiece. Eliminate distractions. Pursue excellence relentlessly. The Stoic teaches us that improvement is not a phase, it is a way of life. The more you cultivate your reason, patience, and strength, the more capable you become of navigating any marketplace, any economy, any era. Opportunity will always exist for those who prepare themselves to meet it. Remember, you do not attract success. You evolve into the kind of person who naturally generates it. Growth is the cause, and opportunity is the effect. Every time you improve yourself, you raise the value you offer to others, and life in turn raises the value it offers to you. Thus, the path to prosperity begins not with a change in circumstance, but with a change in self. Work harder on you, and everything around you will rise accordingly. 4. Understanding personal responsibility. Nothing changes until you take ownership. Life does not bend to luck, circumstance, or other people's choices. It bends to your own. The Stoics understood this profoundly, that while we cannot command the wind, we can set our sails. When you stop waiting for rescue and start steering your own ship, everything changes. Responsibility is not a burden, it's liberation. It is the realization that the direction of your life is no longer at the mercy of others. Each thought, each word, each decision carries a consequence, and when you accept this truth fully, you awaken a deep sense of power within. To say, "I am responsible," is to step into authorship of your own story. When people blame the world, they surrender their strength. They give away the keys to their own transformation. The economy may collapse, your employer may fail, a relationship may end, but even in the ashes, the power to rise belongs to you. This is the essence of Stoic control, distinguishing what lies within your command from what does not, and choosing to focus only on the former. Blame keeps you stagnant because it implies that someone else must act before you can move forward. Ownership, however, sets you free immediately. The instant you accept that you are the cause of your condition, you also realize that you are the creator of the cure. Taking responsibility does not mean condemning yourself for every misfortune. It means recognizing your role in how you respond to it. The rain will fall, but whether you curse it or dance in it is your choice. Every external event carries within it a space, a moment, where your decision defines your fate. That space is where responsibility lives. When you fill it with awareness, patience, and integrity, you transform chaos into order. Those who master this internal power move through the world with calm confidence because they no longer wait for ideal conditions to begin. They create them from within. Personal responsibility also demands honesty. It asks you to look unflinchingly at the areas of your life where you've made excuses, where you've traded effort for complaint. You must confront the uncomfortable truth that your current reality is the accumulation of your past choices. But this truth, though hard, is also empowering. Because if your choices built this life, your new choices can build a better one. Every day you are both the architect and the inhabitant of your own existence. You decide the materials, discipline or distraction, courage or fear, action or delay. The great Stoic Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. That is the essence of personal responsibility. It is the understanding that freedom begins in the mind, long before it manifests in the world. The more responsibility you take, the less you are controlled by circumstance. To live this way is to stop seeing yourself as a victim of fate and start living as its sculptor. When you truly say, "I am the cause," you do not condemn yourself. You empower yourself. You declare that your life is yours to shape, your future yours to command, and your soul yours to strengthen. Responsibility is not punishment, it is the first act of creation. 5. Creating a habit of excellence. Excellence is not born in a single act. It is cultivated in the quiet repetition of effort, discipline, and care. It's not about grand achievements, but about small, deliberate acts done consistently well. The Stoics taught that character is formed through habit and habit through repeated action. If you treat every task as an opportunity to express your highest self, you transform the mundane into the meaningful. Excellence begins in how you sweep the floor, write an email, greet a stranger, or handle adversity. It is not a performance, it is a way of being. Excellence is a choice, renewed every day. You can either drift through your duties with apathy or infuse them with purpose. The difference lies not in talent, but in attitude. When you decide that everything you do reflects your character, you stop cutting corners, you stop waiting for motivation, and start moving from principle. Aristotle said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. This truth endures because excellence has always been the product of consistency, not circumstance. You don't rise to the level of your dreams, you fall to the level of your habits. To make excellence a habit, you must embrace discipline over comfort. You must do your best work even when no one is watching, especially when no one is watching. This quiet integrity builds strength, focus, and respect for your craft. The world often rewards mediocrity quickly, but excellence takes time to mature. Like a tree growing in silence, its roots deepen long before its fruits appear. Excellence is planted in routine but blooms in time. Every repetition, every correction, every ounce of care you pour into your work accumulates unseen, until one day it becomes visible as mastery. Excellence also requires humility, the humility to keep improving, to accept that good enough is not your standard. It's about asking yourself daily, can I do this better? Can I refine this process, this thought, this movement? It's not about chasing perfection, but about refusing stagnation. Those who practice excellence understand that greatness is not achieved by one mighty leap, but by thousands of small steps taken with intention. When you cultivate this mindset, you no longer work for approval or applause. You work to honor your own potential. A Stoic approach to excellence means doing your duty to the best of your ability, regardless of recognition. Epictetus reminded his students that their task was not to please others, but to act in harmony with virtue. The reward of excellence is not praise, it's peace. Peace in knowing that you gave your all, that your effort reflected the highest within you. This self-respect becomes the foundation of confidence and success. You realize that you do not need the world to notice. Excellence is its own reward. When excellence becomes a habit, it shapes your destiny. It affects the way people trust you, the opportunities that find you, and the sense of purpose you carry. But most importantly, it changes your relationship with yourself. You start expecting more from your own hands, your own mind, your own heart. You stop living passively and begin creating deliberately. In a world that often rewards shortcuts, you become a reminder of what true quality looks like. A person who stands by the standard, not the crowd. Excellence is not the act of doing more, it is the art of doing right again and again until it becomes who you are. Remember Jim Rohn's timeless wisdom. For things to change, you have to change. Plant the right seeds today. Discipline, learning, contribution, responsibility, and watch the harvest your future self will thank you for. Your life is not an accident, it is a creation, and starting now, you are the creator.